Hey, Sharon here from Content Sparks, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can customize the pre-written PLR emails that you get in some of our courses. Now, I'm going to use an example from one of our workshops called Email Subscriber Retention Strategies, but you can use the same technique with any kind of pre-written email that you want to customize and personalize to you. So for an example, let me show you the ones from our workshop on how to keep customers, keep your subscribers on your list and happy and opening and clicking your emails. You can see there's a student guide and workbook and some other things included, slideshow, and there's also a folder with follow-up emails. So I'm going to open up one of these as a demo for you. And you can see there are some placeholders, but it's fairly generic. Just how are you getting on with the workshop? If you haven't taken your first action steps, now's the time. And it's pretty solid the way it is, but you want to personalize it a little bit more. So I'm going to demo that with ChatGPT initially, and I'll also show you what that looks like in Claude. To do that, I'm going to head over to ChatGPT right here, and I'm going to use a prompt that I've set up before. This is the prompt. It just says I'm rewriting a pre-written email that teaches people how to check the health of their email list. Please rewrite this email to match a warm conversational tone that feels like it's coming from a friendly small business coach. Keep the structure and helpful steps, but soften the language and avoid hype. Here's the email. And this is where I go back over to that email and I copy from the subject line all the way down to the end. Highlight it all, press Control C, and then paste it right in here. If you're using something like ChatGPT, you could also just upload it, and you can do that in Claude too. And you can see in this particular demo, I'm using ChatGPT 4.5, which is at the time I'm recording this, one of the newer models that have just a limited number you can use each day, but 4.0 also works, and depends what you have, you will get slightly different results. And you'll get different results based on how much you've used ChatGPT in the past to tell it your personal style, and you can put into the settings in ChatGPT to customize it. So let's see what it comes up with. Just send it. And 4.5 is a little slow, but let's give it a minute. So now it's saying, here's the pre-written or rewritten email, and it's typing that all out for me in a separate sort of little canvas that I can then go through and edit if I want to. But it's helpful to see it over on the side. So if we compare, let me open up the old one. I'm going to do a little side-by-side comparison, and we can see the differences. So if I go up to the top, you can see it change. Check your email list's health in 3 simple steps to how healthy is your email list. Let's find out. So it has that more conversational, personal tone. And instead of how are you getting on with your new workshop, it's how are things going with your email subscriber retention strategies workshop, and so on. And you could go through and use this and then tweak it some more, because I never use one of these things as is. There's usually things you want to change that don't sound like you. And you can see it's made things sometimes a little more natural sounding. When you take a peek at your email platform's dashboard and analytics, you'll get a clearer picture of what's working well versus once you've got the keys to your email platform's dashboard and analytics. So see what makes sense or sounds the most like you. And then you can go through and see how it edited that. And then it goes through and makes the end a little different too. But let's follow it up with some more prompts, because you should never just finish with that. A follow-up prompt that you could use is, great, now make the subject line more curiosity-driven and add a short anecdote at the beginning to make it feel more personal. Obviously, it doesn't know your personal anecdote, but it'll give you ideas. So I'm going to click that and see how it edits it. It's editing right inside that same canvas and has overwritten what was there before. So if you do want to keep any previous versions, tell it to create a new version. And you can see it's added. The other day, a friend mentioned she felt like she was emailing into the void. Ever felt that way yourself? I would never say that myself, but it gives me an idea, a little bit of a type of anecdote I could put in there. So don't leave that as is. It's just giving you ideas. And then you can do your own sort of transition in. And then the rest of it is pretty much the same. but I want to make it even more personal, say for a specific audience that I'm serving. So let's do another follow-up to this. And I don't want to lose what I did before, so I'm going to tell it to open another canvas, which is what ChatGPT calls them, but you could also say create a new version. So I said, open a new canvas, adapt this email for a coach who helps online course creators. Keep the tone friendly and professional and use examples relevant to digital product businesses. So let's see what it comes up with. So now you can see it's changed the subject line to be your email list supporting your course sales. So very specific to course creators. A client recently mentioned she felt frustrated because her email list wasn't driving the course enrollments she expected. Ever felt that way yourself? Now, I would also work with formatting when I use this, break things up a little more. I certainly wouldn't start it like that. I might say, I just got an email this morning from one of my customers who was really frustrated with the unsubscribes she's getting from her email list. You know, something like that, make it sound like you. And then a lot of the rest of it can stay the same, but it's changed it in places only to be more about course creators. So your CTR shows the percentage of subscribers clicking on your course enrollment links or resources. Those kind of little tweaks make it more customized to you and your audience. And remember, at the very beginning, when I did that first prompt, I said, keep the structure and helpful steps, but soften the language and avoid hype. So the key with a lot of this customizing using AI is to tell it to keep those same steps. So it's not creating a whole brand new version that you're going to spend a lot of time having to customize. It's following the same flow. Do that with examples as well. So just for fun, let's go over to Claude and see how that turned out, because it did it very differently. So I already typed these in with the same prompts, and that's the original email that said, check your email list, health in 3 simple steps, etc. And it rewrote it. It kept the same subject line, but it changed the wording. Let's do that side-by-side comparison again. How are you getting on with your workshop? How's that new workshop coming along? I'm not crazy about how Claude did it here and the way it sounds. It doesn't sound like me as much. So you have to play with what makes sense for you. So for instance, here just says, now that you have access to your emails platform, dashboard, and analytics, basically kept a lot of this stuff the same and not very personal. But what's going to happen is the more you use one of the platforms, the more it's going to get to know you. So in ChatGPT, I use it fairly often. I'm always correcting it, telling it what I like, telling it what I don't like, giving it examples of my own writing. So it's been gradually learning what I sound like. And now it remembers supposedly from other chats as well. So give that a try with one of the pre-written emails that you have, or if you get our new workshop on email subscriber retention strategies, you can grab the ones from those, like this one that I just used in the demo, and give it a try with those specific prompts, which I'll pop into the description for this video. Take care now.